Hi everyone, welcome to Diamond Dog Training, where we offer you positive, effective training tips to help you train your dog. This week, we're going to look at no pull leashes. This is the Halti No Pull lead, and I'm going to open it up, take a look at it, and see the many uses for this lead. Also, just briefly, we're going to look at the leash for the no pull lead that comes for the Freedom harness. And we'll look at that first. Why would I even mention no pull leads? Well, when you have a harness on a dog and you have one leash on them, you have one point of attachment. But if you can have 2 points of attachment, so much easier to guide your dog, to turn them, and to help them to walk without pulling. Going to put this harness on Nikki so you can see this is the Freedom harness, but we have a clip here, so we have a leash attached, and we have a clip in front so we can put a leash there. So this one then is relatively short, has a nice little handle on it, so you can walk with your dog, and if you need to, you try to keep the leash on this side. You can always redirect your dog towards you. Now, anytime you're working with a harness and leash or a collar and leash, you're still training your dog, and I can't emphasize that enough. It's not the harness or the lead that does the training. You're the one that does the training. So if you want to hook both clips to the back, then you can have just a nice clip on the back and walk your dog. So you don't have to use it as a double-ended lead. So that is the leash that comes with the Freedom harness. For any no-pull harness that has 2 clips, there's one lead that works very well for all of them. That's the Halti No Pull lead. And when you look at this lead, it's very soft. This is the large in black. So it's very wide, fits very nicely into your hands. It has 2 clips, has a larger one, and then the small one. So if I wanted to use this leash on the Freedom harness, I could do it. I'm going to try it on a different harness so you can see how it works on that harness. This is the Blue 9 balance harness, and we're going to slip this on over Nikki's head. Now, if you want to see a review on the Freedom harness, the Blue 9, the Easy Walk, and the Rough Wear flag line, just look at the card above and it will show you a review on all 4 of those harnesses. So I'm putting on the Blue 9 balance harness, and we're going to ask Nikki if she can stand up for a minute. Good girl. She turns a little bit to the side. Good girl. You can see the Blue 9 balance harness fits back on her chest and fits down nice around her neck. But I use this Halti No Pull lead with the balance harness so many different ways. I can take the large clip and I can hook it on to the back. And maybe I don't want to use both clips, so I can put this together, make a loop out of it, and you can see that this can be like a handle on a leash. Or if you want to, you could make it a little shorter so that the leash isn't quite so long. Or if you want, you can make it even shorter and hook the 2 clips together, and you have a relatively short leash. You can also, there's so many different things you can do with this leash. If you want to walk with your dog and you have a hands-free leash, you can just put it over your shoulder and your dog will walk with you. if your dog is walking on a leash without pulling. Or you can turn it into a leash around your waist by putting it around your waist and clipping it. So now you have a real hands-free leash. So if I want to walk with her without any hands, I would just hook the leash to the back. Stand up, sweetie. Good girl. And I can hook this around my waist and I have a hands-free leash. I can also hook it to the front if I want to. So there's a number of different ways that I can do with this leash. With Nikki's favorite harness, the Rough Wear Flagline, which has the double straps, you can hook this Halti leash anywhere. If you want it in front, you can do that and make it into a short leash. If you want to hook it on top, then you can hook it there for a nice walk. Or you can even hook it back here on this little one if you want to. And of course, if you want to make it into a no pull harness, you simply hook it in front, hook it on top of the back, and you have a harness that is a no pull harness. There are two more ways you can use this Halti No Pull lead. This is the Easy Walk harness. It only has one point of attachment. So you can use the collar. You can hook the leash to the collar and hook the other end of the leash to the front of the Easy Walk harness. Or the one last thing, if you're using a gentle leader or a Halti head collar that goes around the nose and has a strap underneath, then you can always hook the end of the leash, the heavier part, to a harness or to a regular collar and hook the smaller clip to the bottom of a gentle leader or Halti. So if you're using any of those training tools, you have a way of controlling your dog. If you're using a gentle leader or a Halti, I love the double-ended leash because it takes away some of the pressure from the pull down on the gentle leader or Halti. If you're enjoying this video, please crush that like button, subscribe, and ring the bell so you receive all the episodes. This is the two-hound design Freedom harness. If you hook one end, the snap, to the back of the harness, you have a regular leash. You can also hook the second snap to one of the rings on the lead, and it forms a handle. If you'd like to make the leash shorter, just simply hook the snap to a ring further down on the lead. To make this into a no-pull harness, you hook one end to the front and one to the back. This is the Blue 9 balance harness. You can clip one end of the leash to the back of the harness, or if you want more control, you can clip it to the front of the harness. If you would like it to be a no-pull harness, simply click it to the front and the back. When we go for a walk with this harness, it gives Nikki lots of freedom to move. We don't use this as a no-pull harness as Nikki does not pull, so I only clip it to the back of the harness and we use it as a regular leash. This is the Rough Wear Flagline harness. It has two sets of straps for attachment, and it has a lot of soft padding. You can attach the no-pull Halti lead to the back of the harness, or even this little loop at the very back. If you'd like a little bit more control, then attach it to the front of the harness. And of course, this can be turned into a no-pull harness as well by simply clicking at the back and one clip at the front. Teaching a dog to walk without pulling isn't just the harness and the leash. You can take any collar, any leash, and you can teach your dog not to pull. And the key is reward your dog for not pulling, and that's what I did with Nikki. So as we walk along, I reward her, and we turn around and come back. Now you're going to tell me that this dog's already trained not to pull. You're right, she is. But that didn't happen by putting a no pull leash on, no pull lead on her and a harness. It happened because we worked on it for a long time. And if she pulled, instead of walking, I would stop. And when she went out ahead of me, I would wait till she came back. And when she came back, I would feed her. And then we would walk a little further. Good. And we would turn around. And she learned to walk beside me. That's the key to loose leash walking. Harnesses, no pull harnesses, or the no pull Halti lead, which I love because it's so soft. It has all the clips. You can use it in so many different ways. All those are great tools, but teaching your dog to walk on a leash without pulling comes from working with your dog. So we're back inside now. So this is the Halti No Pull lead, training lead. Can be used in so many different ways to help you. And once again, I will emphasize it is the training. It's you and your dog out there. So I will put a link above to a playlist on teaching your dog to walk on a leash without pulling. Also, to a review of harnesses, the harness playlist, which shows you all of the harnesses that we talked about today. Please remember, subscribe to my channel and ring the bell so you don't miss any of the episodes. Thank you. Bye from Joyce and Nikki at Diamond Dog Training. Bye-bye.